Our cover story tonight is from Qatar. After months of will it, won't it, it has finally provided relief to the 8 Indian Navy veterans who were put on death row early this year. They will now face commuted punishments. Now, we will discuss that in just a bit, but first, let's tell you what led to this turn of events. You see, Qatar's decision is a result of India's overwhelming diplomatic efforts. For months, it has been trying to get the punishment reduced, if not revoked. In fact, earlier this month, the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, met the Emir of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. The meeting took place on the sidelines of the COP28 summit in Dubai. The two leaders apparently discussed the bilateral relationship and the quote-unquote well-being of the Indian community living in Qatar. The meeting happened on the 1st of December. A day after the meeting, the Union Cabinet of India approved the signing of a treaty on the transfer of sentenced persons between India and Qatar. This was aimed at facilitating prisoners to be near their families and also their social rehabilitation. It is the 28th of December today, and Qatar has reduced the death sentences awarded to the Navy veterans. And this makes the decision a major diplomatic win for India and its efforts to safeguard its Navy veterans. So what exactly has Qatar done? Like I said, it has reduced their sentence, but all the details are unclear. The full details are unclear because the judgment has not been released yet. In fact, India has said that it is in close touch with their legal team. Here's what the Ministry of External Affairs said in a statement. We have noted the verdict today of the Court of Appeal of Qatar in the Dahra Global case, in which the sentences have been reduced. The detailed judgment is awaited. Our ambassador to Qatar and other officials were present in the Court of Appeal today, along with the family members. We have stood by them since the beginning of the matter, and we will continue to extend all consular and legal assistance. We will also continue to take up the matter with the Qatari authorities. The Ministry of External Affairs also added a caveat. It has said that due to the confidential and sensitive nature of the proceedings, it would not be appropriate to make any further comment at this juncture. Fair enough. But the big question is, why were these Navy veterans jailed in the first place? Well, let me take you through the timeline of the case here. This story begins in 2017. This is when the 8 officers in question were employed by a defense firm in Qatar. The name of this firm is Dahra Global Technologies and Consulting Services. It apparently provides training to Qatar's Navy personnel. The CEO of this company is Qamis Al-Ajmi. He is a retired Air Force officer from Oman. The 8 officers had been working at Al-Ajmi's firm for over 5 years. Little did they know about the price that they would have to pay for their service. On the midnight of August 30th, 2022, these officers were apparently summoned by Qatar's Interior Ministry. And once there, they were asked to accompany officials for a training program. But ever since that day, the officials never returned home. They were detained and put behind bars. So was their CEO, Qamis Al-Ajmi. When he went to secure their release, he was briefly detained by the Qatari authorities. But in November, right before the Qatar World Cup, he was released from prison. The officers were not. And then on the 26th of October, the 8 veterans were sentenced to death by a Qatari court. On the 10th of November, India has filed an appeal with Qatar, an appeal to get the death sentence nullified. On the 20th of November, a Court of Appeal hearing was held. On the 1st of December, Prime Minister Modi met Qatar's Emir. On the 3rd of December, the Indian ambassador was able to secure consular access. And on the 7th of December, a Qatari court held another hearing. And today, that is the 28th of December, it has overturned the death sentence. So what happens next? No one knows. More details about the case will emerge in the days ahead. Until then, we cannot speculate what may or may not happen. But Qatar's decision could put its ties with India back on track. You see, of late, these ties have come under stress due to various reasons, the case of these Navy veterans being one of them. However, the two countries still enjoy significant trade ties. Qatar is an important source of oil for India. And on the other hand, 800,000 migrant workers from India constitute a majority of Qatar's expat population. And besides this, there are over 6,000 Indian companies operating in Qatar. They contribute significantly to Qatar's economy. And in 2017, when a host of Arab nations cut off official diplomatic and economic ties with Qatar for supporting Islamist groups, India was one of the first countries to help Qatar. It restructured import lines to circumvent the blockade. And this helped Qatar bounce back after witnessing huge drops in imports. So India has helped Qatar in time of need. Perhaps it's time for Qatar to return the favor. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.